Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
The Red Raider track and field teams are in action beginning today at Drachman Stadium, which is in Tucson. It'll be hosted by Arizona. This is the Big 12 Outdoor Championships. So maybe an opportunity for Coach Kitley and his group to pick up some more trophies. And because you can never have enough Big 12 championships.
No, you sure can.
So don't want.
Once they name a street after you, the expectations rise a little bit.
Right. The pressure increases a little bit. It's like
I think Coach Kitley is. I think that pressure is put on by Coach Kitley, not by any kind of street. But I mean, we might as well at this point start lining the street with all the trophies that Coach Kitley and his staff have won. Yeah,
and it's both ways too. I mean, it's not just one way. It's both ways.
No question.
Both
ways sides of the street.
Both sides of the street. The Tech men's and women's teams will be looking to claim their second consecutive Big 12 outdoor titles and complete the season with both indoor titles already under their watch. The men's team has won the title 2 of the last 3 years and looks for its 7th overall. The women won the title for the first time last year. Timitope Adeshina, she's the high jumper. She's the only returner that is for Tech that will look to return her title, to defend her title. She's won 2 straight outdoors and is looking for 5 straight when you include the indoor. That's dominant, Jamie. That's dominant.
Yes, it absolutely is dominant. I'm glad you changed the wording on there because we don't want her to return any of her trophies.
No. She's looking to defend her title, right? She's the only returner. Okay. The men's team has 2 returners that had individual titles last year. B.J. Jennings, he also won the high jump. High jump coach, man, he deserves some credit too. I mean, if you're going to have both on the men's and the women's side. And then Deshaun Boyce won the 400 meters. And then the 4x100 meter relay team also won the title and then have 2 guys returning from that. So I'll be kind of looking for that over the next couple of days. This Big 12 Outdoor Championship will conclude Saturday evening. So that will be in Tucson. I'm sure it's warm there, but it's a dry heat. That's what they always tell you. I mean, that's what we tell people here too. It's a dry heat. It's okay. Let's see. We get this from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I am nervous too, Chuck. No matter what happens in regional, I'm in on Texas Tech softball. Having such a good team and having a great coach and staff is great. The previous 3 coaches took program to rock bottom. Thanks, Kirby, for hiring Coach Glasgow. Well, and then thank you to the Sellers family for getting out a checkbook. But I mean, you can't just write checks and make it all go away. You got to have somebody that puts the whole team together, puts the ingredients together, and make for a good deal. But it helps to have good players. So you're not doing your normal philosophy of life of write a check and make a problem go away? Well, no, you did. It's just you can't completely do it because you've got to have completely write the check. Yeah, you can completely write the check, but I mean you've got to have somebody to orchestrate everything too. Right? I mean, you can go out and buy the best ingredients, but you have to hire a cook. So they hired a cook too. They hired the cook. The cook is. I mean, I'm more talking about your philosophy of life. Yeah, right. Write a check and make it go away. Sure. I mean that it works. It works really well. At least I am not disparaging what Coach Glasgow or those Red Raiders have done. Yeah, I got you.
But we know it sure
helps.
It sure tastes better when you have the best ingredients.
Yes, right.
But I mean, put me with the best ingredients. I'm not going to end up making something that tastes great. So, yeah, you got to have the right person, the right cook, as Chuck described it. Yeah.
I mean, Jeff and I are part of the ingredients that you're put with, and I feel like that, the 3 of us kind of, make everything, better.
we were talking about the finest ingredients. I don't know why you and Jeff and I came up.
The finest ingredients. Okay, yeah. The finest ingredients.
We're just some ingredients, okay.
Right. We're the ingredients that are about to expire. It's like, hey, we might as well make this because these ingredients are about to go bad on us.
We're the store brand about to expire that they need to get off the shelves that they've marked like by 50% off.
Yeah. Hey, good. I think this is good news. It's good news that he was at least trying. But Nathan Eovaldi had a bullpen session yesterday. He said he felt good. This comes a couple of days after he was scratched from his start the other night because of left side soreness.
Yeah, that's great news. He wouldn't be doing that if they thought he was going to be on the DL for the next 6 weeks or something. So that's good news.
He said he first felt what he described as minor tightness while playing catch Sunday. Still felt it when he woke up the next day and met with team trainers before he was supposed to pitch in the series opener against Arizona, which the Rangers lost 1-0. He said, we did some testing they have for it, and I felt it on a few things, and we just didn't feel the need to push it. Well, that's good. I mean, you're right. There's no reason to push it like now in May. He said, I've experienced something like that before and just trying to play it smart. So there you go. The other thing that was good, and Eric Nadel was really excited in his pregame chat with Skip Schumacher last night, Jamie, and he talked about Brandon Nimmo being in the lineup. He had left the game the previous night because of a sprained left ankle, and Nadel, I think, was really surprised to see him in the lineup, and Skip Schumacher said, yeah, by the time the game ended and got out of there, he was feeling much better about it. So that they feel like they, quote, dodged a bullet there with Brandon Nimmo.
Yeah, great news. He's important to that lineup.
So absolutely. So there you go. So that's a couple things from the Rangers injury list that maybe not quite as bad as what you thought it was going to be.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Drive time for this day in sports history. Today is Thursday, May the 14th, 2026. With this day in sports history, here is Jeff McGuire.
Going to start us off in 1940. Boston Red Sox Jimmy Fox homers goes over the left field roof of Comiskey Park in Chicago. That's a blast.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely a blast. 1967, New York Yankee Mickey Mantle hits career homer number 500. This off Baltimore Oriole Stu Miller. So it's nice to know that Chuck's bus driver went from Major League Baseball player to bus driver.
Stu. Yeah. I wonder if Stu knows how famous he is or infamous he is in Lubbock.
Oh, he's definitely infamous. Yes.
Infamous.
1986. Reggie Jackson hits home run number 537, passing Mickey Mantle into 6th place. 1994. Dave Winfield passes Frank Robinson for 12th place on the RBI list with 1,617. That's a lot.
Go Dave Winfield. Feels like he's putting together a Hall of Fame career there.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
But watch out for this guy. 2022, the number 9 Texas Tech Red Raiders clinched a series against number 3 Oklahoma State with a 9-3 win. In the fifth, Owen Washburn provided a grand slam that helped tally a 7-run inning for the Red Raiders. The night before, Cole Stillwell launched a grand slam that was part of a 5-run fourth. Friday's slam flipped the lead. Saturday's broke a 1-1 tie. What both did was put Texas Tech in front for good in the visitors' ballpark. That was a fun weekend.
Those were fun days.
Hopefully those days can come back, Jamie.
Yeah, no, I'm talking just specifically going to Oklahoma State and hitting grand slams and beating Oklahoma State. I mean, you'll get the chance to do that probably next year, but I'm just saying, beating hitting 2 grand slams in back-to-back nights and winning at Oklahoma State. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is National Buttermilk Biscuit Day.
If you just said Biscuit Day, I'd have been fine. But when you throw in the buttermilk,
no.
When you throw in the buttermilk, it just
buttermilk
makes me turn.
When buttermilk used as an ingredient is good. Buttermilk used as like what my grandfather would drink with dinner every night was weird. But no, buttermilk biscuits, buttermilk pancakes, buttermilk waffle. Oh, so good. So good.
I think I'm with Jeff on this one.
Okay.
I don't know anything about drinking buttermilk. I have no idea what
I'm not drinking that.
You people who are toasting are doing, but I'll take a buttermilk biscuit.
Mark Zuckerberg is 42. Rob Gronkowski is 37. Kate Blanchett, 57. George Lucas, 82. He's the guy that wrote and produced Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
He was in charge of all that, Chuck.
Yeah.
I know you're confused. Clay Matthews is 40. Frank Gore, 43. And El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, 71.
Good nickname.
And on this day in 1607, some 100 English colonists arrive along the east bank of the James River in Virginia to found Jamestown.
Jamestown, yeah, what a unique name, right?
The first permanent English settlement in North America, dispatched from England by the London Company. The colonists had sailed across the Atlantic aboard the Susan Consistent, Godspeed, and Discovery. And then it's this day in sports history.
All right, this day in sports history, 6:49 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Visual Edge IT hotline, it too is open, 806-771-0973. The NFL will announce its schedule tonight. They have trickled out various things, tidbits of games and schedules and things along those lines. But something came down the pike yesterday. I didn't know they were going to do this. Jamie, the NFL is going to play a game on Wednesday, okay? But that's not the uniqueness.
Like this Wednesday? Or
No.
A Wednesday?
A Wednesday, yes, Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. The Green Bay Packers will visit the Los Angeles Rams in the NFL's first ever Thanksgiving Eve game.
Oh, I like it.
This game will take place on November 25th at 7 p.m., okay? So there you go.
That seems like a good time.
Yeah, I mean that's a big night. My question for you is the only night that they haven't, the only holiday that they haven't touched yet during the fall is Christmas Eve. That seems like that would be a night that they'll stay away from. But eventually somebody will pay them enough money that they'll go, well, people can go to church in the afternoon and then.
Christmas Eve has never fallen on a Sunday, with the NFL games being played on Sunday evening?
I guarantee it has.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Now, they haven't specifically just played on Christmas Eve, like the day before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day.
But they've not played like a night game. I don't think there have been...
that would really surprise me if that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. I forgot that sometimes that can fall on the weekend.
Yeah.
You forgot that Christmas Eve can fall on a weekend.
No, that an NFL. Yeah, what kind of? Yeah.
Kind of. I'm gonna say that again just to make sure we got that right.
Yeah.
You forgot that it could fall on the Christmas Eve, which is the 24th, could fall on a weekend. Would we just skip that weekend if that happened?
Yeah. Here's this from just a quick Google check. Typically, the NFL will only do a game on Christmas Eve if it's on a day that the NFL usually plays. The last time the league played a game on Christmas Eve was way back in 2023.
Oh, my word. Wow.
Well, I was thinking too hard there, Jamie.
Back when Barry Bonds was the home run king and had the single season record.
Just thought too hard about that,
Cowboys hadn't won a Super Bowl in 27 years.
Yeah, and just thought a little too hard about that one. Oh well. Hey, not all my thoughts are winners. But yeah, so they're going to play on Thanksgiving Eve.
I don't know, Chuck. I think that was a pretty good winner there.
To me, that feels like a really good time. I mean, just because you got a lot of people that are, free and, hanging out and doing family time and all that good stuff. So Christmas Eve night feels like a perfect
good time. Okay.
Yeah.
This, Jeff.
I'm sorry, New Year's Eve. Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah. Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah. Jeff, do you plan to play Buttermilk Biscuits by Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Hadn't planned on it, although I'm not going to rule it out. Okay. Have to do a little bit of research on it.
Yeah.
It's been entirely too long since I've heard that song. So I need to make sure some things are okay.
Yeah, since Sir Mix-a-Lot's involved, we better make sure that's clean enough for air.
Yeah, maybe this is the instrumental version, right?
That sounds boring.
We have used instrumental versions when the real version was a lot risque.
Off-putting, yes. As they say.
Yeah.
All right, 6:54. That's a relatively smooth hour number one, just a little bumpy at the end. But hey, got to have a little turbulence from time to time. All right, we'll discuss a couple of college football commissioners and speculation by one. All right, with regards to the college football playoff.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Any brushback yet for wearing a double T? Anybody go, hey, you got our quarterback, or hey, sorry about you got our quarterback, or hey, he's a good quarterback, I hope he works out for you, or any feedback on from the Cincinnatians yet?
Well, very interesting question that you asked there, Chuck. The flights that Jeff and I took yesterday led us from Lubbock to Denver, for some reason, Denver to Cincinnati. The flights that our luggage took went from Lubbock to Denver, Denver to Houston, and then arrived in Cincinnati at midnight last night.
Oh.
And so I went to the Reds game last night.
Okay.
And I traveled wearing just an Under Armour sweatshirt and an Under Armour hat. And all of my Texas Tech gear was in the bag.
Okay.
And so I have, until I opened that up at like 12:30 last night, I had not seen any of my Texas Tech gear. So I did not, nobody saw me wearing Texas Tech gear, I guess was my point.
How did you like the Great American Ballpark?
I think it's awesome. I really like it. I sat in the upper deck behind home plate, and the view is out to the river, and then past the river there's a little bit of city, and then hills and trees and mountains. Not mountains, but just hills with trees and all that good stuff. So it's set up beautifully for just a great view. If you're sitting on that side of the stadium, and I intentionally bought my ticket on that side so I could look in that direction. So it's great. I loved the ballpark. I loved the area around it. It was awesome.
That's cool.
Did you buy a souvenir?
I got a Sunday and a Reds mini helmet.
That counts.
To give to my one Reds fan.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool. Did you walk across the bridge to go back to your hotel?
To go to the ballpark and back, yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah,
it's definitely cool.
Okay.
And there was like a steamboat coming when I was coming back late last night. Of course, it's dark. And there's a steamboat coming, and I, for all the world, thought it was big enough to hit the bridge, so I was a little bit nervous. Basically went right underneath me. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I was thinking about you last night. I was watching the Reds score, and I was like, I wonder if Jamie made it to the game. And I mean, the Reds got out to a big lead, and then coughed it up, and then lost in extra innings, right?
Yes, yeah. Gave up had a grand slam in the first, had a 5-0 lead, and then ended up losing the game 8-7.
Bobby Hot Dog has a question for you. He wants to know, did you bet on pitches at the Reds game? I hear it's the thing to do.
I did not even if I wanted to, I have no idea how to do it. So.
I'm with you on that. That's pretty funny, though.
Well played, Bobby Hot Dog.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So it's not too soon for that?
Well, it's borderline.
Well, the joke is still funny.
We're right there. We're right there.
I did not.
Let's see. My 11-year-old loves this show, TNA and Tech Talk. He's in school for the others. Well, what the hell, man? I mean, don't you think he could get educated with the bottom line into the bench and that stuff?
You know, if he was smarter, he'd get to pick when he went to school.
That's true. This from Mark. Good morning, Chuck. I was surprised to see you yesterday at South Plains College. Yeah, I had to run over to Levelland real quick. I still wanted to shake your hand, but a fist bump was good enough. Well, Mark was wearing gloves, and I didn't want to. I felt like if he was wearing gloves, he probably didn't want to shake my hand, so we did a little fist bump. My sister.
Baseball gloves?
No, he was working gloves. No, he wasn't wearing a baseball glove. That'd have been funny, though, right? That'd have been funny.
I mean, it would have been cooler.
Yeah. My sister-in-law drove my truck one day and listened to the station. Now she's addicted and listens to it all the time and will text me about what's being talked about. Wow.
Nice.
That's what happens. We're randomly delicious that we could get a sister-in-law.
She's texting him saying, "Did you just hear what Chuck said this time?"
Yeah, this time. All right. Double T 97.3 in the home zone. I've already given away over $80,000 locally, and we're doing it again. One local winner this time. Simply listen every weekday at random times because we're randomly delicious for the daily winning word. When you hear it, go to doubleTSportsNetwork.com and enter it. You can enter once per day. But the more days you enter, the more chances you'll have of winning the $10,000 prize. We'll give it away Friday, June the 26th. We'll put it on your calendar at King Louis Sports Lounge. One person wins $10,000 in cash from Double T 97.3 and the Home Zone, making a difference one winner at a time. And you could be next with the Home Zone, making your house a home, and Double T 97.3. Okay, it's time for that winning word. Yeah, there's our sounder, right? Your winning word today on Thursday, May the 14th, 2026 at 7:21 exactly sharp is Hughes. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Aside, I'm sure it's obvious, and I don't even know why I'm asking this question because it's just gonna bring ridicule to me. But which Hughes are we thinking of here for this? Logan Hughes?
Well, no, I can't ask you. You look at the word for 100.7, the score today.
Okay.
Don't say it out loud. Just look at it. Don't say it. Just look at it. I saw it. Okay. So it would probably lead you to be Logan Hughes, right?
Yeah.
Because they're usually partners of some sort.
Yeah. Well, I just was like looking at that going, okay, Hughes. So Hughes.
It could have been Lance. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Could have been Lance.
Yeah. So I was just trying to make
sure. This one is Logan.
All right. Then that makes sense because he's the current guy. Boy, you hope he has a good weekend, right? For the Red Raiders.
He's definitely a key for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Let's see. I've learned a ton from Chuck over the years. This morning I learned that Chuck likes to apply the leap weekend theory to some sporting events. The leap weekend theory. I'm not familiar with the leap weekend theory.
That was your theory that the NFL has never played on
Thursday or Sunday, on Christmas Eve.
No, a Sunday on New Year or Christmas Eve, that it's never fallen.
Yeah,
on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I did think that was funny last night at the ball game that I got a kick out of was when I went to the game, I had no idea what the pitching matchup was.
Mm-hmm.
And the pitching matchup for the Nationals, they had Jake Irvin going, and the Reds had Nick Lodolo going. Both are guys that pitched in the Big 12 Conference against the Red Raiders. So I kind of got a kick out of the fact that I went to a big league game and saw two guys who had pitched against Tech start against each other.
That's pretty cool. How was the crowd?
One from TCU and one for Oklahoma, and I was thrilled that both of them were terrible. So they both got rocked.
How was the crowd last night?
Oh, horrendously bad. I mean, that place may have been a fifth full. I don't know, man. It was sparse.
Yeah. I drive with Juan M, and listen with him, drop him off at work, and keep listening to the excitement of the show until I have to go to work. Lucky lady of Juan M. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
She has to be. I mean, that's a loyal listener if she's calling herself the lucky lady of Juan M.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of lucky ladies out there. I mean, I feel like we should have a lucky lady club. They could have like lunches and things like that. We could speak to them and we could have it sponsored, and they could have little
giveaway trinkets,
right? We could have maybe, and then we'll know we've made it big when they make mahjong tiles of all of us here at Double T 97.3 and 100.7 The Score.
Make what?
Mahjong tiles. It's a game.
I'm gonna ask that question again. He's saying we're gonna make what?
Just let it go, Jeff. Just let it go.
Yeah. We become, again, part of the.
Is this a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Okay, gentlemen, pull up your Red Raider football schedule for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask you this very simple question. Which two-game stretch has you the most nervous, that you feel will be the toughest two-game stretch? Back-to-back games. Don't care if there's a bye in between. If there is, that you can factor that in. But which two-game stretch has you the most nervous?
Okay. I think the home game on October 17th versus Arizona State, followed very quickly by the road game at Cincinnati. I think you'll be coming off of a bye week, so I feel really good about playing Arizona State at that point in time, and hopefully you're healthy at quarterback, and whomever is behind center is rolling by then. And then the next week at Cincinnati, I think, is going to be as tough a road game as you're going to have this year. So those are my two.
Okay.
I like Chuck's answer a lot. I really do. It's not my answer as I sit today.
Okay.
I am also reserving the right to change this answer as we get closer to the football season. But as we sit today, the two I am most nervous about in a row, at Oregon State and versus Houston, because I don't know who your quarterback is. I don't know what they look like yet. I don't know how that's going to go. You are better than Abilene Christian's best day on your worst day.
We said that a couple of years ago, too.
I'm not worried.
We said that a couple of years ago.
And you should.
What are you worried about, Chuck? We won.
You should be better than both of those two teams, but I don't know what your quarterback looks like yet. I think around Sam Houston, Colorado, Arizona State, you're going to get one of your quarterbacks back for sure around that kind of time frame. But week 2, week 3, I don't know what we don't know yet.
That's fair.
When we get closer to this season, that may be erased. We've seen him in practice. We've talked to him. We feel better about where we're at, and that will shift to a much later point in the season.
Okay. I like both of your answers. I think they both make sense. I think
rare point for us.
Yeah. I think I guessed that's what both of you were going to say. So I think they're legitimate reasons for both of you to answer the way that you did. So I have no beef with any of that. I would tell you the stretch that scares me are the last 2 games of the season.
Yeah.
And there's a lot there. Partly it's because I despise losing to either one of those teams. It's at Baylor on November the 21st, and it's home against TCU on the 26th on Thanksgiving Day. And then just the fact that you seem to way too much lose games to those two teams that you shouldn't. And it probably is also the fact that there's just the distraction of the whole Thanksgiving thing, and how are you going to handle all that? And you just don't know. You might not be at the top of your game because of it. So
distractions.
right there at the end of the season has me nervous.
Okay. Wow, three different answers. I'm not surprised by anybody's answers though.
Yeah. I think you also could have added at Cincinnati, home against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think Arizona and Arizona State will both be good teams. So that clearly, if we were talking for a trifecta of 3 straight games, surely that would be the one.
Yeah.
Unless you went at Oklahoma State, at Baylor, home for TCU.
Yeah,
you're talking about 3 teams that I really despise in a row.
I thought about the at Oklahoma State and at Baylor. Yeah. The reason I didn't pick Arizona, because I had Arizona in my mind when I looked at looking at how that kind of fell there.
Don't tell Ray Charles.
Okay,
yeah.
But I felt
Joey McGuire's had a great record in the month of November. I hope it continues this year. Oklahoma State, Baylor, and TCU.
I just felt like there's no way we're losing on Halloween. So it just felt like that the atmosphere and everything that will take place will be bar none. And I felt
we're playing on Thanksgiving Day and on Halloween.
Yes.
I mean, we are the holiday raiders.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And Labor Day weekend too. But I mean, everybody's playing Labor Day weekend. But yeah.
Are you going to dress up for that game, Chuck?
I don't know. You never know. I got a Spider-Man hoodie that I can zip up over my head that makes me look like Spider-Man. Back in the day, daughter number 2, she dressed up as Pocahontas, and I was like Chief somebody, and we dressed up together, and went trick-or-treating together. I could pull that
Chief
out.
Wahoo?
I wasn't Chief Wahoo. No, I wasn't Chief Wahoo. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good doing something like that. Yeah.
Could you do the show maybe tomorrow wait till I'm back in the Spider-Man hoodie?
Sure. I could. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it looks like Spider-Man when you zip it all the way up.
I'm just entertained by the thought.
Okay. Houston, I'm with you with the quarterback situation worries me, but you saw Oregon State last year pick a quarterback from any of the area high schools and we still win that game. Hammond, Kirk Francis, Lloyd Jones, Stephen Cannon, Holden Phillips, doesn't matter. I fully expect us to win versus the Beavs. I'm surprised Jeff's never heard of Mahjong. Even I know what it is. It's a game of domino-like tiles. They're pictures instead of numbers, not positive, but I think there's different games you can play with them. I'm not sure either what the whole deal is, but yeah. This, I assume it's already been discussed. Oh, it's not. It's not been discussed. But I resisted the urge to cut the Rangers game off when they coughed up the lead in the top of the 9th. I'm glad I didn't after Josh helped them walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. D-backs were pretty shell-shocked. Fun to watch things go right every now and then. Yeah, it is.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's fun to watch things. Chuck, you can wear your Freddy Krueger sweater.
Why they struggle with this show.
Lost my coffee when Chuck said Spider-Man hoodie. There's lots of content with that.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
8:02 this morning here on the good old Morning Drive. Thank you for being with us. With Jamie Lent, who's on the road with Texas Tech Red Raider Baseball in Cincinnati. I'm Chuck Heinz. Jeff McGuire is with us as well, of course. We come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that, or the mobile app. Visual Edge IT hotline is open too at 806-771-0973. So this is a true serious question, Jamie. Does baseball do anything like in the morning, this morning? Like, would they go over to the park and do a little hitting or anything like that just to kind of get loose? Or is that something that they do the night before and then just kind of ease their way into the day today?
They usually go to the field the day before. And so the day that they fly in, which would have been last night. Okay. And that was normal, unless the weather doesn't allow them to do that. And then they go over there and have a practice. And then the day of the game, there's usually a bus that goes to the, I don't know, whether it's the field or the football or whatever, for them to go lift. I don't think there's a lot of baseball going on during the day. I don't think there are many guys playing catch or taking swings.
Okay.
I think they're lifting. And then, of course, obviously they make sure they don't lift too much, but that's what they do day of game usually.
Okay, and the game today is at 4:30 broadcast time for us. It's 5:30 there in the East, so they get a little bit extra time. They get maybe a little opportunity to sleep in just a little bit today, and they'll have Cincinnati tonight and tomorrow, and then Saturday afternoon. What do you think? I mean, you're going to tell me starting pitching, but so we're going to assume starting pitching, and we're going to assume that you'd like to get. I don't know what's a reasonable expectation from Ranieri today. Is it 3 to 4 innings?
It's a really weird deal, Chuck. That might not be the thing this weekend when it comes to starting pitching and giving you length, because I think the Red Raiders, you've seen that they're listing off Case and Ranieri as a starter today, and they haven't listed anybody for Friday and Saturday. Okay, I think they're going to wait and see what happens tonight as far as, can you clinch a spot in the Big 12 tournament? And you could do that with a win and an Arizona loss. They play at Oklahoma State this weekend. Or even if maybe just Arizona loses, even if you don't win, if Arizona loses and you know that you have the magic number as 1 for the next 2 days, you're in a situation where you have to play again on Tuesday. Okay, you're going to have to play again on Tuesday night in a extend your season kind of game. All right, and so you have to have everybody ready to go. And so I know that you're dealing with what you're dealing with as far as having 13 healthy pitchers, but you don't want to use anybody too much that they can't come back and pitch for you on Tuesday or Wednesday. And that includes Case and Ranieri. I mean, he's the guy that you would want to pitch on Tuesday, right? Right now, he's your healthiest, best starter. Okay. So it's just going to be really interesting. It feels like this is going to be like bullpen days for the Red Raiders on Friday and Saturday. That's what it feels like. Like you're going to see nobody pitch more than 2 innings and just run a bunch of different guys through and make sure they're ready to go. Cincinnati's in a different situation where they're right now in 7th place, okay? A game out of 6th place. The top 6 teams don't play until next Thursday. The 7th and 8th place teams will play a game Wednesday, so they would at least have 1 more day of rest. So you would think that their starters this weekend could pitch normal Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and just come back with 1 day's less rest, especially if you limit their pitches by 10 or 15 or whatever. Okay. But Texas Tech's not in that position. They have to play again Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Tadlock and Coach Foster handle this weekend. I think it's going to be more of trying to get guys tuned up and ready to go than, hey, we need one single guy to carry us for 5 or 6 innings.
Because you may need to bring back. Could Ranieri go back next Wednesday and pitch, Jamie? If you won on Tuesday?
Yes, I would think so.
Okay.
I would think so. That would be 1 day's less rest. Yeah. So, and you remember last week he pitched on 2 days less rest because he didn't pitch until Saturday because of the rain out Friday in Waco. And then you had to turn around and play BYU on a Thursday. So he had 2 days less rest. So now if he did that, he'd be going back-to-back outings with a short rest, which is not ideal, but it's still possible.
So Arizona plays Oklahoma State, like you said, in Stillwater. That game is at 6. The Red Raider game is at 5 Central Time. So Arizona, It's interesting. I mean, boy, if you wanted to dream a little bit, man, get out to a little bit of a cushion and put some extra pressure on Arizona, and then, maybe Oklahoma State sees a little, chum in the water and just takes them down, and then you could set your pitching up for next week, but not really having to worry about Friday and Saturday.
I think Oklahoma State has all the pressure or has plenty of pressure to put on Arizona. I don't think they need any more from us.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's the thing. Teams like Oklahoma State this weekend and Cincinnati are playing for so much because Cincinnati wants to get into that top 6, so they get Tuesday and Wednesday off.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they're battling to give themselves a chance to host a regional. Oklahoma State is in the same exact boat. Okay. And so, and you, like, for example, another team that's factoring in this weekend is Kansas State, who's 1 game ahead of the Red Raiders. The Red Raiders have the tiebreaker. So if they won 1 more game than K-State this weekend, you could jump into the 11th seed, which would give you an easier first-round game. Well, to do that, UCF is hosting Kansas State. Kansas State's really struggling. Okay, so for you so it's not out of the question to think that K-State would go to UCF and get swept, but that means the Red Raiders have to win at least 1 against Cincinnati to get there.
Yeah.
Well,
it's fun. I mean, that'll make it, at least it's you got something to kind of look at and scoreboard watch a little bit and speculate on.
How about we just win today and tomorrow?
It'd be a whole lot more fun if you were, had clinched.
Oh, yeah,
you were good to go.
I know. I know.
But you're absolutely right. It provides some intrigue, to say the least.
Yeah.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.